Knightriders.
If I had had a background, there's a background.
Good one. That's excellent background.
Yeah,
That's mine.
Mine,
Okay.
if I'd had time, mine would have been a frame grab from the credits, which said Stephen King as
Boogeyman.
Man.
yeah.
Okay,
And his wife
here's
sitting next to him.
here's what I wrote
I was
about.
embarrassed that I actually recognized.
Oh,
I was like, this is
not
fucking
recognize-
Stephen King.
They were
That's
not
more
doing
interesting than this
pre-production
movie.
on Creep Show.
Here's what I
The reason
wrote.
because they were doing pre-production on Creep Show.
I wrote this
Okay.
while watching Knightriders. Why? Why? Why, God, why? Why? Oh, God, why? Why?
Good Lord. Is this
There's
what
too
act
many
you in?
syllables for a haiku.
Is it
Please
gonna
make
go
it
on
stop.
for 2.5 hours?
Please, God, make it stop. Please. Please, God, take me. Take me now, God. Please make it quick and painless, God. I know I don't even believe in you, but I decided I do for bad things, God. And this is that, oh Lord, the worst thing ever. Please, God, strike me down where I sit. Send a vengeful bolt of lightning or painless heart failure. Why? Why, God, why? Why, oh, why?
This isn't even close to being as bad as
Why,
everything
God?
else.
Why?
Because
Jared,
John picked
I
it,
want to point
asshole.
out that Jared found Jesus and became an atheist during the course of that. Like, I think that's a pretty
long enough.
impressive. What hold on a second. One thing that was not long enough because it should be 17 hours long, like the original cut of this
original
movie
I can't
apparently
even-
was.
I can't even imagine that. That blows my mind.
I actually wrote more too, but I'll read that later after.
Okay.
But I think that George A. Romero, like with the exception of Night of the Living Dead, maybe shouldn't have been allowed to make movies.
This movie is an absolute proof that if you make enough money, they will let you do whatever the fuck.
I mean, I once tried to watch Martin and I turned it off because it was so
But
fucking
this
dull.
movie didn't cost me.
No, but they will let you do whatever you want. They will give you whatever stars you want, whatever amount of time. This was shot over 90 days.
Mhm.
They will give you whatever amount of time.
Using the term stars.
I can't believe I made it through this whole fucking thing.
I mean, this has got to be.
I did it out of respect for you guys.
This is Ed Harris's. This is Ed Harris's first like top bill starring
Yeah.
role. Like, he was
He was.
well known by this point.
Yeah, as a second,
Like
the
20.
character actor. Now,
Occasional TV
I mean,
actor.
only like
Yeah, he
6
was on
years
ships
later,
all the
he was
time.
doing The Abyss.
now I'm gonna come
No,
at
he
this.
did Right Stuff 2 years after this, and then a couple years after that, he was in Alex Cox's Walker, which is another weird one.
He got big after Right Stuff.
Can we acknowledge though that Ed Harris is in a completely different movie than every other actor?
He is.
Yeah.
He can actually act.
Yeah, but
He is capital A
even the movie
acting.
he's in fucking sucks.
But he is
Too
100%.
much, too much Ed Harris. Maybe he's hunky as shit in this, by the way. Like, dude is fucking ripped, but he's still got
Yeah.
the same hairline he has now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Why was his ass so white? Tan that shit.
well, it was.
You weren't allowed to
tried to
take your
keep it
pants
beneath
off
the
in the tanning salon.
What I'm
Like,
wondering is, in that 17-hour cut, what I was missing is, okay, just how did we get to this?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Just some
Are we
build up of
seriously-
this was a thing they did in the backyard, like Fight Club for fun, and it turned
Dude.
into a thing, and then we get dropped in.
Yep.
'Cause it's
John,
like-
John, you're I love you, but you're trying to,
Why are you
Your
taking
last-
this so seriously?
between She Dies Tomorrow and this, dude. I
Now,
think
this isn't even close to being as bad as that.
No, not even close.
There's a lot I like
No,
about this.
It had a
movie.
budget for one thing.
Oh,
No, this thing
no.
was this thing, like Tad said, this thing was made for $11 fucking dollars.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
No. It had a pretty decent budget for its time.
This
It
was
a-
fucking
It was a
ridiculous.
solid. It was a high B movie.
if
I
you
recall-
agree or if you believe the story, like a lot of that actually the money's not on screen because the set was hit by a tornado and flooded.
Right.
Like they lost a
Dude, literally,
shitload. They
the
lost a
people
shitload
behind-
of money. And at that point, they should have said, God doesn't want us to make this
Right.
movie. We're not going to finish this shit. Get the fucking insurance money and get out.
So this was
Background
Romero's
behind
Apocalypse Now.
Tad, dude, the Power Rangers have fucking better effects than that, more
I-
money than that shit, dude.
I don't know. I
Also,
think the
it
stuntmen in this
comes-
movie were
also-
underpaid.
It comes out of nowhere. Like
Uh-huh.
there's no pre this. Like
No,
it's just all
That's
of a
actually,
sudden.
that's actually the best scene in the fucking movie. That song comes on and they're riding down the road. I was like,
Right.
okay, this is kind of cool.
No,
But
don't
I'm
get-
just
the
saying,
thing
there's nothing where you go, oh, suddenly they're like neon warriors of Christendom coming in on their motorcycles with the silver accents and all that stuff. It's just boom, they're there, and it's like, what happened? What happened between the fight in the hotel room and now? Like, there's nothing happened.
No, there was
I guess
a
you'd have to
way
be like-
line is we're working on your bikes.
Wow, that's
Do you have to
annoying.
be like a LARP person to like appreciate this?
No, hold on. Wait, I'm going to approach this thematically. The thing is, John and I years ago wrote a script about women in prison, a science fiction film. We don't know anything about prisons. We don't know anything about women, as far as John and I could tell, and we don't know about how this all happened. But we still got it pretty far. You got to admire this film because it is talking about Pennsylvania medievalists on motorcycles, which is the most random theme I could think of. And if I sat and thought about it for a week, I would never write a story like this.
This is the dumbest fucking premise I've ever heard in my
It's
fucking
but
life.
you gotta give
No,
it
I don't
props
think
for
it's
being
that dumb.
completely left field. I mean,
I
way
agree
out
with-
there.
I agree with both of you, Jared and Scott. Yes, it's fucking dumb, but it's fascinating that this is the movie that George Romero did after Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, yeah, what's next? I know.
Mhm.
Guys on motorcycles jousting in armor.
He
Yeah.
did a lot of cocaine. He
But
went
it's
to
not
a
even-
Society
not
for
even-
Creative Anachronism show, and he went, I have a fucking idea,
I
and
get
they're
so-
going to let me make this.
It would be different though if it was well acted and well shot, but it's not. It's
Well,
not.
I'm gonna give
It's
full.
well-
I'm gonna-
It's
I'm
not-
gonna
it's not
wait
good.
to defend this.
It
I'm
looks-
gonna wait
it
to defend
looks-
this till the end.
Dude, it looks awful.
It's well shot, but it's
terrible.
poorly edited. The
It's
editing
Oh,
is
very
hideous.
poorly edited.
It's
No,
terribly shot as well. Yeah, and also the fucking. Can we first talk about just like the random score music that comes in that is supposed to be like Renaissance fair shit all the time, like coming in. Like it's because the movie sucks, and they're like, well, we can't just have these people fucking talking. We got to have the Renaissance fair music come in and try to carry, kind of carry over the scene,
Carry the mood.
and it's and it's fucking awful.
I've never seen a movie with this many people like yelling or exhorting or talking or whatever where it's completely silent. Like
Yeah.
it's
And it never
insane.
matches up. They're like, yeah.
Jared, I was actually surprised that you came down hard because one of the things about this film is you have one of the main characters who comes out in the thing, and everybody's okay with it. And it was
Yeah, that's cool.
1981. It was like some of the attitudes in this film were very modern. They're much past where they were back
Yeah,
then.
fuck the police and gay people are fine.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
Yeah,
kind of
that's cool.
refreshing. Uh-huh.
I don't have any beef with
Mhm.
those
It
aspects
was
of
not.
it.
It managed to not to be too sexually retrogressive, which is interesting for its time.
Also true.
no, the women.
Although there were tons of boobs in this film, so
Not tons, but
I
I
know-
will say the
high
last
quality.
thing I wrote was the last thing I wrote was Stephen King had a fun cameo.
Mhm.
There was one hot chick, and we got to see her boobs. They were good boobs.
Is that the guy's girlfriend?
She's
from,
she's a stunt double for like a lot of people. She still
Oh.
works.
Okay.
There's also
So she was the one that apparently met one of the guys for the first time and thought he was a rock star, and then just started living with him and following him everywhere the whole fucking
She's in
time.
the
It
female
makes
lead.
no fucking sense.
Night of the
First
Living
of all, these kind of guys would repel women. Secondly, she fucking like lives with this guy. She comes to one event and just like lives with him for the rest of the fucking movie.
It was.
And then he dumps her.
Let me
He
say
dumps her.
there was a lot of late 70s attitudes going on in this film too.
Yep.
she's,
you know,
And
that was-
she's fucking hot.
she's
Maybe
in
in
Babylon.
81,
She's
but
in
it feels like
Babylon 5, and she's in
mid-70s.
multiple Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine
Wow, I
episodes.
didn't
And I
know
was
that.
super excited to see her. I was like, oh shit, she's in this movie. That's great. The thing I'll say about about that is that I also appreciated the fact that there was just a playgirl that was open on the rock while she was laying by the river.
Like a little waterfall.
Yeah. There's some sort of pipe and a playgirl that's just open to the centerfold. So there's just a nude guy in the middle of that. Just like, okay, I hope that guy got some money because like I don't think he expected his playgirl thing to be in a George Romero movie that was widely released.
If the whole movie was like this, it would have been kind of rad.
Now, I got a guys.
Yeah, hold on. That's Zardoz. You want Zardoz, and we
Yeah,
can
I like
absolutely.
Zardoz.
Zardoz sucks too, but it's better than this fucking movie. I'll tell you
It
that.
sucks in a good way.
we're both completely wrong. That's a great film.
I love
It sucks in a good way.
Zardoz is fucking
I
terrible.
love Sean
Better than
Connery's
this movie.
red
dude.
underwear.
No, it was
Sean Connery wears a red
that's
diaper.
a
in that
sci-fi
movie.
film
I
with a
cheer for
lot
it.
to say. Never get stuck at the diaper thing. That's just telling you.
Oh no, I get stuck on the gun monument.
Everything.
I'm actually stuck on his chest hair. It's disgusting, and his ponytail.
There's so much singing in that movie.
Anyway, I got
Great.
I got four short notes on Knight Rider. One is the main character Billy. He starts out really well focused in the first act. He knows what he wants. He knows where he wants to be. Then
Wait.
Hold on.
There's a
Let me
main character in this movie?
let me get through this. Then he in the middle of the film, like Act 2, he starts losing focus. He doesn't know what he wants. So it was kind of weird. He kind of
he has a concussion.
yeah, it felt like he had a concussion because he kind of lost focus for like the middle third of the film.
The
At the
movie
end,
has
he
a
Fucking
concussion.
main character in this movie.
I know it's weird. I couldn't figure it out. He
But
didn't
you
act
just
like a
said
main character.
There is no main.
No,
Apparently
he
Ed
faded
Harris is
out.
the
He
main
faded
character.
out in the middle of the film. It's really strange. It's like the third Matrix movie, where
Oh, dude.
where Neo disappears for like half an hour. 40
I'd
minutes.
rather watch Matrix Revolutions than this.
I don't ever want to see the Matrix sequels ever again.
Anyway, that was the
They're
first one.
appalling.
Now, second one. This is I want to bring this to the group. Is that Tom Savini? His character. He looks like a villain. He to the picture in the corner there. He looks like a fucking bad guy, right? With the
Sure.
with the
Right.
thing, but he's not. No, he never is. And the thing is, you keep thinking he's going to be a bad guy, and in fact, he's dressed in bad guy outfits at the very end of
Well,
the film.
because this movie doesn't actually have a bad guy. It's more about family struggle.
What
Right,
about
like
that cop?
the cop's a bad guy.
Well,
and
yeah, the
he's in-
cop's a bad
He's in
guy,
it for
but he's
30
not-
seconds in the beginning, and then he gets the shit kicked out of him at
Right.
the end.
He's-
Yeah,
he's-
he's more of a
he's not-
nemesis than he is a bad guy.
The bad guy is self-doubt in this.
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Or selling out.
Or selling out, right?
Yeah,
The bad guy-
that was selling out is a big theme in this.
And actually,
sort
I
of like-
realized it connects the two picks. I had no intention of this, but it connects the two picks thematically because both of the movies are about money and how you get it and what
That's
you give
true.
up. And
I'll
but
give you that,
one
Johnny.
was very smart, and the other one's about guys who ride motorcycles and joust.
Okay.
So I'll give you that, Johnny. That's actually really clever. That's a funny. But here's the thing.
It's coincidental, yeah.
It's coincidental. In Holiday, though, selling out, there's weight to it. It means something.
Mhm.
In Knightriders, it's fucking ridiculously stupid and silly.
But Ed Harris commits. He really, really says like nobody else gets what I'm trying to do here.
He
Yes.
commits.
And it's
Including
motorcycle jousting.
myself.
He's not trying to do anything. He's trying to.
I know, but that's where I
Yeah,
feel
the,
like
motorcycle LARPing in this movie makes the rest of the movie completely inconsequential because all I can focus on is the fact that it's motorcycle LARPing. Like there's no I can't get past the fact that they've built some
Bingo
sort
Ren
of
Fair?
weird
Hold on,
oligarchic
hold on.
society
Have
about
you had fucking
motorcycle
stop
LARPing.
Ren Fair. That like that's what I thought this movie nailed is I believe 100% that there are people that would fucking do this and there would be other people that would pay to watch.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
real
I've seen
thing.
that.
No,
It sounds
yes,
fair.
that's
Okay, wait.
That's
Here's
true,
one of my
but
biggest
this
problems with
isn't
the
an
movie.
interesting. This isn't an interesting investigation of that. This treats that as being a thing that's understood in
given.
society, and then
That's what
never
I felt
really
was
interfaces after that.
Maybe if they had more than $11 to make this, because every time you see the stands, the crowds, I mean, there's like 15 people that come and see this. Who gives a fucking shit,
I
dude?
don't know.
The
Like,
same
there should be,
three
like-
shirtless guys every crowd shot,
And Stephen King.
and
It's
Stephen King
so
won.
stupid. Like, can you get more extras, dude? Like, at least put 100 people there. Then maybe I'll believe you. But it's literally like 15 people every time. Like,
Well, you've done it. You've done it, Jared. I hated this movie coming in, but now I actually love it. You've turned me.
Well, there's the clip.
I think you're right. That's the clip.
No, but
it's because this is
Yes.
because I
Going
because
back
I
to what
hit
Scott
Jim's
said.
goat.
You've had your say. Shut
Yes.
the fuck up.
I
I don't want to hear you say it again
There's
and
the other
again for 2.5 hours.
Oh my
'cause
God.
Then you'll be reliving the movie.
I know, pretty good close.
It'd be more entertaining.
No, it is. You think about it, it is a media arrest. It's like there are every state in the eastern United States has got a motorcycle LARPing society.
Hold on, this
You
is
walk into the film. When you walk into this film,
California.
you think that's what's going on. It's like, oh well, of course there's guys who are jousting on motorcycles. That makes total freaking sense.
Hold on, this
Well,
is
have
also
you ever known anybody
it's
who-
filmed in Pennsylvania, but this is California. They're going from Lawrence to Bakersfield. Like
Right.
this is literally California.
There's a Bakersfield. And he doesn't do anything outside Pennsylvania. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm
Except for Florida.
They
That
won't
one
let-
time.
What, Jim?
They won't let him. It's
They won't
his
let him.
parole officer won't let him.
Yeah,
go to
even there was
California.
Land the Dead was supposed
Okay.
to be in Pittsburgh, even though it was shot in Toronto.
he has the collar on, and if he goes across the thing, his head explodes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's I
Yeah.
think he's indentured to Pennsylvania Commonwealth.
It's like the prison in Running Man.
Right.
Hey,
exactly.
okay, no, but so not because you're trying to get my goat, Jim, but I want to know what you really feel about this film.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started watching it and I kept turning it off every 15 minutes.
Wow,
and
you made it
coming back.
15 minutes. I kept turning it off every 5.
Well, I have more stamina than you, young man.
Whoa.
Snap.
Fight me in Temecula.
Jim
There
is
goes the
ornery
thing again.
tonight.
Anyway,
We kept
I
him up past
found-
his
I
bedtime.
This is what happened.
somewhere around,
Jim, is it past your bedtime?
it is.
Past
It
mine.
is. That's why I'm cranky,
Right.
motherfucker.
I like
Wow.
this.
It was somewhere
Salty
somewhere
language.
around the point where Savini defects and goes with the slimy guy from. He's not from Hollywood. He's from Washington D.C.
Yes.
I know. Big media center, Washington,
The
D.C.
dude who gets
Yeah.
eaten in Jurassic Park.
Porn.
No, listen to him. He's not from Pennsylvania. Like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Good for him. though. He became
He's
a good
also
character
he's
actor.
also in
Around
he's
there,
also
I
in
started
Heat
to
and
like
Get
it
Shorty.
a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he became a good character actor. That guy.
yeah.
So that's where it turned for you, Jim, and you got interested. You got invested when Tom Savini
I
sold
got
out.
invested. I still stopped it
Mhm.
like another time, but I lasted for like 45 minutes at that point.
No, I'd say I wrote beginning to end because I'd seen it in theaters like Chris did when back it first came out. And so I want to see if it was still good. It was not as
And
good as
that-
I remember, but
Yeah, and that was my
Nope.
reason for picking it. Is I saw it in '81. I remembered liking it, and I wanted to figure out what it was I liked about it, and I did figure that out. But man, what a slog! Especially like there's a couple of points in the movie where you think, okay, this is the ending, and then you look at the little
Oh
timer.
my
and you're like,
god, there was 35 minutes left in the movie
Right.
when he crowns him, and it's like, how are there 35 minutes left in this movie?
know,
And
I
it
know,
just
I
keeps
know.
going and going and going. And I
well,
was
the
just
counter
like,
on Amazon was screwed up. It says there's 24 hours left every time I looked.
I didn't have that
I'm
issue,
telling you guys.
unfortunately.
was
If I'd had that issue, I might have killed myself.
I'm watching this thing and I'm telling you, I'm just like, I love you, Johnny. I'm going to keep going. I love you. I love you, John. I'm going to keep going.
Thanks, man.
I was just like,
it.
yeah, because you guys are right. I was like, how can this not be the end? Why is there another 40 minutes to this movie?
I stopped-
when
I
everybody
stopped
came
watching
back,
this. I stopped watching this and watched multiple Mystery Science Theater episodes on Thursday between every other scene.
Dude,
I was just
they
like, I
they
can't.
should do this one.
Oh,
I'm sure they
absolutely.
have.
No, not enough time, man. Although they could probably cut it down a little bit.
Yeah,
They'd have to make 2 episodes out of it.
Also,
It would
dude,
be-
who doesn't itch to edit this film down? I think if it was cut down to a 90 minutes, it
there's
probably would've been
apparently there's a 102-minute version that was released in Europe, and it's
Oh,
like,
maybe
where
that
the
was the
fuck
one
is
that-
that version?
Yeah.
Like,
because that would take a lot of Ed Harris's indecision or whatever the hell was going on. He's like
Or the-
Lancelot in a lot of ways.
or
And
the
then the
20 or the
joust at the
22-minute fucking fight scenes that happen every
The
10
fight scenes that
minutes.
aren't even good.
Yeah, that go
There's a
on
lot
and
of
on and on.
Well, then one thing this film captures well is anyone here been to Pennsylvania in the summertime?
Yeah, I
it's-
always summer there. I have a house there.
Do you really?
My
You actually have
grandmother.
a house? Where? What town?
No, you
He's
fucker.
fucking with
Wait,
you.
what? Don't fuck with me. Come on, I'm talking about
My
Pennsylvania
grandmother
here.
lived in central Pennsylvania, and I spent almost every summer there until I was like 14.
Yeah, well, I'm-
Yeah,
I just got
I'm well
called out.
aware of how fucking trash
No,
Pennsylvania
but I think
is.
it's
in the
full of
summer.
trash people, but it's a gorgeous part of the world though in summertime. Rolling hills and green trees, and it is very lush. This film shows it.
The
But
loyal
the
sock smells like
Pennsylvanians are
shit.
Such assholes.
Does
Well,
it
I stayed out of major cities. I
Does
I was in
this
New York
film-
and
Does this film really show it? I think this film mostly shows like dirt, roads and dirt fucking.
I like
that's the
I
best.
liked
though.
all the, if you've ever known anybody who was in SCA, it's Society
for Creative
Anachronisms,
Activism.
or
Yeah,
anybody who worked at the Ren Fair.
Huzzah.
There are
Yes.
people like this, and it's like
Yes.
it made perfect sense to me. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
okay,
didn't question
he's
it
going
for
to
1
joust
second.
on
Well, that's the
motorcycles.
in media res part. That's why.
Just a weird offshoot, and they commit to it just the way that
Yeah,
SCA
like-
and Ren
yeah.
Fair
Also,
people do.
one thing about
I
it,
think this. Yeah, I guess I might have liked this movie.
If that's how you want to spend your time.
Okay,
Also, the beginning
hold on. Chris has several times suggested
Yeah.
that he has some things to say
No,
about.
no.
this.
I think obviously I liked it way better than the rest of you all. I don't think it's a successful movie. I think that you give this to Roger Corman, and he's going to give you a tight 90. I mean, I think I sent you guys in the chat like. I
Also,
watched
more
Death Race-
boobs. That would be better.
I watched Death Race 2000 immediately after following this.
it sounds like a good
That is
palate,
a perfect fucking
palate
movie.
cleanser.
And it also conveys a sense of speed, which this thing kind of lacked. Like I don't think George Romero knows how to direct action, and I definitely don't think the editor knew what the fuck they were doing, because it was constantly like they make a turn, cut to someone's expression, make another turn, same person, different expression, ad nauseum. Like
they also don't know how to shoot.
As a filmmaker,
they
that's
don't-
a combination between shooting and editing. They don't know.
It's just a lot. But what I liked is I actually think that there was some good acting in this. I think Ed Harris might maybe too much. I still think I at the time I thought it. I think it now. Savini steals every scene he's in.
I'll quote Chad.
I thought that
Merlin's good in this. Merlin acts well in this.
I'll quote Tad though. Who the fuck cares?
Well, because I bought into the initial premise. Like I said, I wish there'd been like even pre-credit. This started in a backyard and it turned into a thing, and they started believing their own bullshit. And
no, but they thought it was really cool to reveal. They thought it was really cool for you to think. Here's the thing.
But I bought the whole subculture. I bought the fucking, Ren Fair on motorcycle thing. I thought that there were moments where it's like they did a pretty good job of like capturing what a subculture is.
I bought that. I bought that too. The problem is I just didn't care.
No,
Chris,
I'm gonna take what you said and flip it over. George Romero knows how to do action very well because he did all those zombie movies. He doesn't know how to do.
It's not the same kind of action.
No, but he does not know how to do drama very well. And this film is a personal drama, and that shows him. Yeah, that's the thing is he does action really well, but he doesn't do drama very well.
He also
filmmaking very well.
He doesn't know how to shoot. He doesn't know how to shoot people driving.
Like you're following around this extended family, which is really what this movie's about. Is whatever the hell this thing is sort of hanging on, which is this extended family running around and throwing everything away so that they can be in this fucking circus that travels around Pennsylvania. Yeah. And I kind of liked that part. Like I kind of liked they could kind of dip in, and it was way too fucking long, and they could have tightened it up. But I sort of liked that.
But it just looked like shit.
And I
think it could have been the transfer, but probably not.
Were underpaid for sure.
No, it doesn't. It's not a transfer thing. It's we don't have any money and we don't have good cinematographers thing.
The Amazon transfer is excellent.
I thought the transfer was
I don't know if you can see how clear this is behind it.
I thought that it looked great.
It did. I thought it was
for a movie that was made in 1980, released in 81, and felt very much to me like a exploitation flick from the 70s at times. I thought that the transfer was really nice.
Let's go look at some other Hollywood films from 1981.
But you can't call this a Hollywood movie.
No, that's why it looks a little flat.
Okay, then let's go look at an indie film from 1981 that's not this movie and compare them.
Oh, no, that's true. This is actually not. It's a Pennsylvania film. It's probably all processed and edited in Pittsburgh.
Outside the system.
Which is why I thought the color was a little flat and washed out because they didn't even use the Hollywood labs. It was all
what they needed was someone who knows how to fucking work cameras and have.
Hey, it was in focus. What?
Yeah, no,
No, it wasn't actually the first
the
opening.
The action scenes could have had a lot more.
Jared, the first shot of Ed Harris is pretty fucking soft, brother. Go back and look. Like,
Okay, it was before
when
video.
he first sits up, I was like, okay, focus, motherfuckers. What are you doing?
They just
before
have so much Vaseline.
before the first time he chastises himself.
Well, okay.
That was a little weird, and then that
Didn't go anywhere.
it doesn't go anywhere, and then they bring it back right before the final.
Well, because he's a devout
He's
not-
motorcycle
Buddhist.
Buddhist.
he's
Yeah,
a devout LARPer.
He's a religion of one. He's the only adherent to his own religion, and it shows you that he's committed, and that's what the whole thing was about. And that is,
he's motorcycle Charles Manson. Good job.
yeah, that's what I realize now that that's what appealed to me at the time was that Ed Harris was handsome. He's a good actor. He committed to it, and I've always admired characters who will stand up for their principles no matter what. It made me think of Bruce Dern in Silent Running, which is another.
Oh
movie
yeah,
I really loved when I was a young man, and because of
that holds up.
not willing to compromise for anything to save these forests, and he it was Bruce Dern.
If you want to make you go out and pick up garbage after you watched it, that's the only problem with it.
Also, John has always secretly wanted to start a cult.
Anyway, this was John. This was basically the ninth configuration in one.
This was a cult.
In one respect, it's a boomer movie. It's all about pushing against authority.
Yeah, you guys are showing
about
your
not
fucking
selling
age,
out.
though,
It's that
and not
damn
in a good
boomer
way.
thing
Not in a
over and
good
over
way.
again. What?
You guys are showing your age and not in a good way.
No,
Right.
I'm admitting that because one thing is it's
The
saying
ninth
it's now-
configuration was actually better than this, and I hated the ninth.
No, the attitudes,
Oh,
the attitudes that washed over you back when I first saw this stick out now. They stick out a lot because they were of their time.
This fucking movie, I would rather like masturbate with a cheese grater than watch this movie.
All right, you made your point, Sonny.
Only
Jared
if
did
you
not
film
like
it.
the film. Let us.
Okay.
Apparently, Jared did not like the movie.
All right, I'm guessing Jared did not like this
Yeah.
film. I guess.
All right.
Mhm.